when we play Indy in the playoffs, same thing, but not to this extent. Our families are being threatened, kids are being threatened, people are sending racial slurs. And there's a difference between trolling and there's a difference between hatred. It's just about our safety. We're so concerned about the safety on the court, but time and time again we're having people threatening our lives, leaking addresses out there, putting crazy pictures that have nothing to do with basketball. At some point, the league needs to put a stand on it. They came out with no hate speech, but I mean, what is that going to do? At some point, time and time again, players are going through this, and the league remains silent. So I'm sick and tired of it.
We're receiving hate speech on social media. We no longer have a safe space. People are calling us pretend basketball players. I'm sick and tired of it. You know what I'm sick and tired of? I'm sick and tired of the WNBA dump. I'm sick and tired of entitled players, 99% of which are vastly overpaid. Hell, WNBA players were overpaid when they were still making minimum wage. The vast majority of players in this league, they are financially worthless. Yet here we are again, with a WNBA player pleading for sympathy while turning herself into the ultimate victim. For those that don't know, which is probably everyone unless you work in law enforcement and you see her anonymous face every morning on the missing persons report, the entitled unknown in that clip pleading for sympathy, that is Alyssa Thomas, or as her girlfriend DeWanna Bonner prefers to call her, Al. Now, this is the same Al Thomas who viciously attacked Caitlin Clark last week by using her throat for target practice. Like communists are known to do, the attacker is trying to present herself as the victim. Alyssa Thomas and her pretend friends in the mainstream media, they are demanding that WNBA Commissioner Kat Engelbert police speech on social media. Now, how is Kathy Engelbert supposed to do that? Well, she can't, and WNBA players know she can't. But this is not about the alleged online threats. This is not about hate speech. This isn't about Alyssa Thomas and WNBA players once again complaining about Kathy Engelbert. I've been threatened on social media, and Mama Kathy never even called to check on me. I need my mommy. This is about WNBA players wanting to pick and choose their audience. This is about entitled WNBA players who lack the ability to draw flies to a fresh turd, believing it is a violation of the woke commandments to criticize them and their awful, unwatchable product that doesn't come close to resembling professional basketball. But mainly, this is about WNBA players proving what Uncle KC has been saying for years. This dump of a league is not ready for prime time. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. So going to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. Mike, one of my longtime viewers, throughout his life, Mike has worked physical jobs, so he's developed arthritis in his hips. Over time, the arthritis was bothering Mike so bad that he was having to sleep while sitting up straight in his recliner. One day, Mike heard Uncle KC talking about the efficiency of the CBD from Sugar Mountain Trading. So he decided to give Sugar Mountain a try. Mike applies the CBD to his arthritis every night before he goes to bed. He's finally getting quality sleep, and he no longer has to sleep while sitting up straight in his recliner. I have got countless stories from viewers, friends, family. Initially, everyone is skeptical, but eventually, they all come back and tell me the same thing. They cannot believe this stuff actually works. And for all my ladies out there, Sugar Mountain just released this new Cashmere Beauty Bar. It's infused with 2,500 milligrams of CBD, but it also hydrates your skin. My wife has been using it for a couple of weeks now. She loves it. What do you have to lose? Control your pain today by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Use my promo code BTL25, BTL25. Receive 25% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. You know, back in the 1950s, communism was ascending throughout America. And today, history seems to be repeating itself. With Zorro Mamdani being elected last year in New York City, Islamism disguised as communism has taken over New York. Last night, a communist defeated an incumbent in the Democratic primary in Colorado. While it may seem like communism is rapidly spreading throughout the country, truth is, it's not. On a national level, communism is extremely unpopular with a mainstream audience, even with doofus Democrats. It might be trending in New York City, it might be trending in a small part of Colorado, but on a national level, America views communism as the drizzling shits. And it's similar to what's happening with the WNBA, which, as you guys know, the WNBA is the ultimate communist league. If you don't believe me, ask Natasha Cloud. This dump of a league is a prime example of communism and why it doesn't work. They take money from the high achievers in the NBA and they spread that money equitably to a league that produces nothing but toxic ass gas. According to the media, this league is amazing! Have you seen WNBA ratings? Wowzer! Millions of people are watching make-believe basketball. Millions of people are watching Caitlin Clark, but if you look at the ratings for nationally televised WNBA games without the Great White Hope, the WNBA is drawing 800,000 viewers in prime time on CBS. There are pockets of the country where pretend basketball has a fan base. Unsurprisingly, make-believe basketball seems to be popular in woke cities, Seattle, San Francisco, Portland. Meanwhile, Paige Beckers, who the media claims is a huge star. Paige Beckers can't fill empty seats in a small civic center in Dallas. The WNBA is kind of like minor league baseball. It's big in some cities, but the overall product, it is not meant for a mainstream audience. For decades, WNBA players begged for mainstream attention and notoriety. They pleaded for sympathy. They presented themselves as the ultimate victim, just like they're doing today. Alyssa Thomas attacks Caitlin Clark, then complains when she's criticized for it on social media. WNBA players, they begged for private flights. They begged to be treated like stars. They demanded higher salaries, even though they were incapable of justifying the minimum wage salaries they were being paid. If the WNBA operated as a real business, pretend basketball players, they would be paying to play instead of being paid to attempt to play. The WNBA thought, keyword, thought. They thought they were ready for the mainstream. But it is abundantly clear this league is not ready for prime time. And I think they're starting to realize it. The WNBA wants to pick and choose who watches their product. They even want to pick and choose the media who has the unfortunate job of covering this turd. Christine Brennan, who has spent decades trying to convince America that the WNBA is legitimate basketball, Christine Brennan, not allowed. Last month, Scott Agnes, he had his media credential revoked for questioning how the Indiana Clarks were handling Caitlin Clark's back injury. How many times have we seen this league lecture their fan base? How many times have Caitlin Clark fans been accused of mythical racism? Hell, just last night, Kat Engelbert released a statement on social media lecturing fans on their behavior. Our league does not condone hate. We only condone love. The WNBA shows love to the ladies both on and off the court. Criticism is not hate. Questioning an injury is not hate. Unfortunately, verbal abuse on social media, that is the price you pay for being elevated into the mainstream. Every star player in every league deals with abuse online. You know what they do about it? They don't complain. They don't demand that the league police speech because it's not the responsibility of the league to protect and shield players from words. They either deal with it by ignoring it or they just stay off social media. Earlier this morning, The Athletic claimed to have screenshots of the racial slurs, the online abuse that Alyssa Thomas is currently dealing with. Now, I read this article twice. You know how many screenshots I saw? None. Look, I'm not doubting the existence of these screenshots. There is not a doubt in my mind that WNBA players deal with awful behavior on social media. Welcome to the club. So does everyone else. You're not special. You're not a victim. This is exactly what you wanted. You wanted mainstream attention. You wanted mainstream notoriety. Well, now you got it. And it's abundantly clear you don't know how to deal with it. You know, at this point, I think the best thing for the WNBA is to go back to being a niche product. It would be better for the players who are clearly incapable of dealing with the criticism. And I think it would be better for the league who presents a product that is not ready for a mainstream audience. There is not enough polish to make this turd appealing. There is not enough polish to disguise the lack of athleticism that is rampant throughout this league. Do I need to show the clip again? Do I need to show the 45 seconds of high-level WNBA basketball? Here we go. Let's watch it for yourself.
The spin move. Tries the dish. No. Outstanding force defensively this year for the Wings. Chelsea Gray lost it. The Wings had it, lost it, got it back again.
Watch your back. Watch your back. They're coming behind you.
Zaza with 1-on-4. Takes it inside.
Yeah, definitely. Got to look at that.
Lead is cut to 6.
The main problem with the WNBA, besides the fact that the on-court product is the drizzling shits, the vast majority of players in this league are not relatable to a mainstream audience. Vast majority of players are unlikable. There is a reason Sophie Cunningham is popular. There's a reason Sophie Cunningham is one of the league leaders in jersey sales, even though she's a role player, a bench player. Men fantasize about her, and women can relate to her. The formula is that simple. If the WNBA wants to be mainstream, this is the formula. Promote beautiful women who play basketball. Instead, though, they promote victims. They promote complainers. They market players who have no chance of drawing an audience. They promote Paige Beckers, who's a nice young woman, but she's got the charisma of a wet fart. Then they wonder why their league continues to be rejected by a mainstream audience. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.